The heat of the desert is where the Sun Devils thrive. Welcome to Tempe, Arizona, Mountain America Stadium, home to the Arizona State Sun Devils and the rich legacy formed by the likes of Frank Kush, Jake the Snake, and Pat Tillman. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Arkansas Razorbacks, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Arizona State Sun Devils. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Razorbacks will boot it away to start the game. And he's coming out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Looking for a productive play on first down. Give to the running back. Nudges ahead for 1 out to the 16. These two conferences largely share the same geographic footprint, and the ACC loves it when they can take down a team from the SEC.
And we see these two conferences play each other oftentimes early in the season, late in the season. David, think about Clemson, South Carolina, Florida, Florida State. These players have a lot of familiarity with one another.
And this already matters so much to these kids because they grew up in the same area a lot of times, like we were talking about the footprint. But how about in the past, too, when your undefeated league champion gets left out of the playoff for an SEC team? A little more fuel for the fire.
Sports across the 30 to the 32, a pickup of 5.
Sometimes in your playbook, you have run plays that are called run-it runs. You leave the play on no matter what look the defense gives you. That time the defense was blitzing, but they just kept the play on. That is an attitude-type run that you can run into any kind of look, and it paid off for him.
He's right on target. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down. The Sun Devils are flying down the field. Brown has it. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive.
Great coverage, great break on the ball. Had a chance to really make a big play and maybe even take that thing back to the house. But you got to secure the catch. We like to hit people more than we like to catch balls.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the Sun Devils will try to pin them back with the punt. Looking for a block. It's Sategna. He gets a block. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. First down here for the offense. Out of the gun, the inside give. Turns it on in midfield. And he breaks into the open. The tag. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Arkansas!
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. The kickoff team on the field, and he ought to just boom this thing through the end zone with that extra 15 yards on the penalty. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. Just what the doctor ordered to get away from the shadow of that goalpost and pick up a 1st down at the 23.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game going.
He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on 1st down. He's going to pass. Quickly complete. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the 1st down and sets them up beautifully here. And guys, this can be a great time to look for a big play on 2nd and inches. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And he fights his way forward, gets away from 1, but not much doing on that one.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. The Sun Devils will move the sticks with the 1st down.
And that's so tough as a defense because they only got to get inches. But I got to find a way to somehow get a knockback. Stop the running back's feet right there. I couldn't do it. He gets downhill just enough, and he gets the 1st down.
It's a good job, too, there on 3rd down by the offense because a major statistic in football in terms of winning and losing is how good are you at staying on the field, keeping drives alive. Whether it's 3rd and long or 3rd and inches, you just have to go execute, and they do it.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Give to the single back. They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the 1st down.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
What a nice answer by this defense. You give up the big play, you respond right back, you get the sack, create some momentum for your side. Nice job by this defense staying with it.
On 2nd down, he'll fire. It's on target and complete. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the 1st period. Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. They'll try to run for it. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the 1st down.
Nice job by this offense converting the 3rd down. Listen, 3rd and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. 3rd downs has been such a struggle for this offense. Bottom 50, one of the worst in college football. Nice job on that play.
And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, you've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 Russian defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
starting to feel a little pressure. He just threw that one away. Nobody was getting open. He had to live to find another play in the red zone. It'll be third down. This is one of those momentum turning points. If this defense can force a field goal attempt, that is a victory for them. He wants it all. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona State. The field position was bad. The finish was great. Great way to answer that poor field position.
Poor field position, no problem. How about it? Great job by the offensive coordinator. This offense getting in a good rhythm early, even backed up, even in a predictable situation. Great job coming out.
On to attempt the try.
For the extra point.
Smashes it through for the PAT. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Top 15 teams colliding today in a huge matchup, and it's now a final. Florida State took care of business and left little doubt in doing so. Kind of felt like how that 2013 Seminoles team led by Jameis Winston, Devontae Freeman, and Kelvin Benjamin were just steamroll teams. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the new top 25 poll next week as this one, gentlemen.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Corner's going to give them room. They'll leave it with him. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all off season, so they better be ready to bring it today, dude.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Jackson gonna throw it. Gets it out quickly. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch.
Well, that was a dart right there. He's going to give Arkansas a chance because in the old days in the SEC, you had to run the football if you were going to win championships. Today, you better be able to get it done through the air. When you think of all the great play callers in this league and all the Heisman Trophy winners this league has seen at the QB position in recent years, you better be able to do it throwing the ball. This guy, I think, gives Arkansas a chance with his arm.
And you really can't be called the Hogs if you're not willing to grind it out in the dirt.
Yeah, and I love calling the offensive linemen the hog mollies. In Arkansas, in that beautiful state, you're going to find a bunch of big, strong individuals, and the identity of that team is usually built on those guys up front.
Looking to go up top on first down. The short hands, it's Russell. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the first down.
This offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
He's back to throw on 2nd down. Caught in the backfield, it's Haas. He makes the tackle at the 23-yard line, but not before a pickup of 5 and enough for the first down.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball is going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be.
2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Jackson will throw. Looking for the score. And you'd like to think this sophomore wouldn't make a habit of trying to force passes into double coverage like that.
That's a throw the quarterback would like to have back. He forced that one into double coverage. That means somebody else was wide open. The quarterback really needs to be better moving forward, working through his progressions.
Just outside the red zone at the 21, but it's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his man, it's Green. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8.
Really nice job there of the quarterback reading coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football and at what exact time. The timing could not have been better. They get the completion on 3rd down, setting up 1st and goal.
The Razorbacks line it up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Razorbacks! The AT unit on the field. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. A 67-yard touchdown drive there. And it was capped off with the 8-yard run. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone and he's knocked down at the 10. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drop, going for it all. And the pass hits, picked off. Taking it the other way. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
What an interception. He's dangerous because not only can he catch the ball and pluck it out of the air, but he's hard to bring down too. This is a guy that I think could play offense for a lot of programs around the country, and he showed you his open field running there.
The pitch. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Arkansas! Yet a hat trick of touchdowns as a Razorback running back, and they start bringing up names like Alex Collins and Madre Hill and Darren McFadden.
How unbelievable is that? Just to be mentioned with those kind of names, that shows you what kind of day this young man's having. Running the football with authority. Arkansas fans, I can promise you, are proud of this young man.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone is not a good one. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum. Gonna take a shot. And that pass picked off. Got some room to run. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on 1st down. Looking to scramble. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
And that goes down as an incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was so he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another day.
Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball's incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
That is no good. Missed the field goal, but still a 2-touchdown lead at 14. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. There's enough time left in the half here, David, to make something happen. And that pass intercepted. Got room on the return. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And they'll take over 1st and 10.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Jackson gonna throw it. Looking to the big tight end. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They'll throw it on 1st down. They'll run the screen. Not able to break the big one on that screen to the running back, but he found enough and a solid pickup on 1st down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. The run from the shotgun. Oh, it's out! They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster? That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Sun Devils will line up to kick off and start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the 3rd quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
They'll run it from the gun. Still running at the 40. The ball squirts free. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And when you're on defense and it's wet, it's rainy, you know exactly what time it is. That ball gets a little heavier, it gets a little slicker. You're trying to get to that thing. You know you get your hand on it. There's a good chance it's coming out. Nice job by the defense forcing it with the assist from the weather.
The quarterback scrambled around, but the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack. The pocket broke down, and the quarterback had to take the sack.
Really impressed by this pass rush, Reese. Just guys winning their individual battles one-on-one up front. They're able to get to the quarterback.
He's going to let it go. Oh, he's playing with fire, and he's picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. A veteran in this defense stayed locked in on his rules and made the interception.
What a nice play by the DB there. When that rain starts coming down, the ball gets a little bit heavier. The quarterback throws the ball a little bit lighter. DBs can take advantage sometimes of some underthrown balls, go out and make some big plays.
Looking for the end zone. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
They'll go to the ground. They'll give him a couple. That leaves him with 3rd and 8. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Makes the grab. It's Anthony. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down.
That's a really nice looking throw, and I'll tell you, he fits in great with this offense because there's been this philosophical shift recently in the SEC offensively. It used to be you had to run the football. I formation, 3 yards in a cloud of dust if you wanted to win. But today, though, you have got to be able to throw if you're going to win. You think about all the great offensive play callers now.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Razorbacks! These guys are really hitting their stride in Week 4 as they push out that lead.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
The kickoff team out there to boot it away and 15 yards farther up the field after the roughing the kicker penalty. The returner will field it and bring it back. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. If you want to look on the bright side, at least you can pile up a bunch of yards if you can move the ball because it is a long way to the end zone. He finds his man. They make the stop after the catch and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down. The Sun Devils moving quickly to the line. Wants to throw on 2nd down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
All right, you dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the 2nd half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing upright.
And the Sun Devils will move the sticks.
Yeah, nice job dialing up that short yardage situation play call there, David. They needed 1 yard, and they picked up 2.
Yeah, great job up front. Great job by the back knowing where they need to go. Nice having a hole you can get through and not have to just do it all on your own as a running back.
Fires to the tight end.
Well, it's a nice job, too, the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the 1st down.
This is a guy that can find you the whole yard. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that 1st down.
The Sun Devils have this offense rolling. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
And it's just simple 1st down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these 3rd downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the 1st down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here.
Coming up, 4th down.
And the offense with no intention to draw the defense off sides. They want to run on 4th down. They'll try to pick up the 1st. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a 1st down.
4th and 1. I got to know my situation. I got to know I can't mess around as a running back. I got to get through the hole, make the first down. No matter what, if I got to run somebody over, I'm running straight downhill, straight for those sticks, making sure I get that first down.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Brown.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
On second down, he'll let it fly. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? From the gun, wants to pass. And it's incomplete on 3rd down. With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's going to run it. Will not get there. A 4th down stop. This should be the last play of the quarter. Gonna run it. It's Hill. And after a very short pickup on that run, we have come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Leaves it with the back. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Defense looks as if it's coming. They'll try to run for it. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
This is one of the top 10 offenses in the nation in getting first downs. To do that, you got to have balance. You can't always throw for it on 3rd down. You've got to be able to run it as well. And they've got a dude in the backfield who just knows how to move the chains.
And the Razorbacks come to the line with a new set of downs. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Out of the gun, the running back has it. They get him stopped after a 2-yard gain. Ball is at the 17. Trying to pick up a first down. Looking for room. It's Russell. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Great job by that defender. I mean, he timed that snap count perfectly, got into the backfield, and created the negative play.
And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. The holder will spot it about 35 yards out. Field goal is good. And they'll push that lead out a little further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Maryland is running away with things, and it's thanks in large part to an offense that's been firing on all cylinders. They're up 14 over Sam Houston. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The back goes in motion. Oh, he's looking to throw. Going up top. Nearly another interception. It'll be second down.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Loss of 8 yards on the play. Brings up third down.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Trying to get to it. They've got the screen set up. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be 4th down.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. And you're going to win this game.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. They get to him as he throws. And the incomplete pass turns the ball over on downs.
Well, at this point of the game, in the second half, down 3 possessions, you're not punting anymore, right? Every 4th down you're going to be going for, regardless of where you are in the field. The problem is, defense knows it too, so they're going to play call accordingly. That time, they had a better play call on. They execute. It's just been that kind of day for this offense.
They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. Able to get one down to the 15. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Here's the handoff. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Good right down the boulevard. But now there's a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what that's about. This could turn out to be a huge penalty. Thought they were going to have to settle for 3, and now the offense back on the field with a chance for more. The Razorbacks have it with a 1st and goal. And they're just about out of chances. The defense can stop it one more time as the quarterback takes a knee. Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams go out and play like it's sudden death. Like if they lose the game, their entire season is over. This game wasn't for the national championship, but you wouldn't know that watching this winning team, David. Tremendous effort and tremendous execution.
I love competitive people. I love competitive coaches. I love competitive teams that they know that their job is to go out and get a W no matter where you play. You want to play in the parking lot? We'll go meet you. Great job by this team being ready, getting the W.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, Dave Pollock, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.